I'm gonna be reading only fantasy books for a week. What is going on? I am genuinely obsessed with him. Like, hey besties, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to today's video, which is a very fun reading vlog of me reading only fantasy books for a week. I have been in a huge fantasy mood recently, and you guys wanted to see a video like this, so perfect opportunity to literally just read some fantasy reads this week. So with that being said, let's get into what books are on my radar to read this week. Okay, let's talk about the books on my radar for this video. So first book is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This was a softie enough for me in January of 2024. Put it on my TBR for August, and I just feel like this book has been calling to me, like it might be the right time to read this. So this is the first one kind of on my radar. Then we also have Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I've kind of had my eye on this and been wanting to read this ever since my trip with the book besties back in April, because Kalila had chosen this of one of the options I could have read in that reading vlog, but I ended up reading Funny Story. So ever since then, I've kind of just had my eye on this, like kind of been side-eyeing this ever since. So kind of feeling like this one could be the one as well. Also, The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This is a book that I got because of that trip, because Allie talked so highly of it. So I've really been wanting to read it ever since. And again, I'm just in a fantasy mood, and I feel like this could potentially be a good one to pick up. And then we have Legendary by Stephanie Garber. I actually had planned to read this after I finished Killer Instinct not too long ago, but then I finished that book and I legitimately was like, no, I have to read All In next. So I haven't got to it yet, but I have really been wanting to continue this series because I really enjoyed Caraval. And then lastly, we have Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber, which if you pay attention to new book releases, you would know that this doesn't even come out till October. So I have my hands on this early, and I also did not know that this book was even coming out. I legitimately, for some reason, did not see the announcement for this book when she announced it or anything, and I legitimately would not have known this book was coming out if it were not for Book of the Month, which brings me to the kind sponsors of today's video, which is none other than Book of the Month. So thank you so much to Book of the Month for sponsoring today's video. So obviously, as you guys can see, the first book I ended up picking out for this month was Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. Super excited about this. And then I also ended up picking up one other book, and that is The Heartbreak Hotel by Ellen A. Clover. I am really excited about this. I think this sounds so good, and this cover is so unbelievably cute. And going back to what I was saying about Alchemy of Secrets and how I had no idea that that book was coming out, that's not a unique experience, because Book of the Month truly focuses on finding new and emerging authors so that you can find books that you otherwise might not have known existed. They have a team specifically to carefully read and choose books that they think that us readers are going to love. And don't worry, because if one month none of the options are something that you want to read, you can skip a month without worrying about being charged. And they also have their reader's guarantee for every single book, where if you read a book one month and you do not like it, it will be replaced in the following month, which is honestly amazing, because it's inevitable that we're not always gonna like every single book that we read, but Book of the Month is truly here to give us the best reading experience that they possibly can. So don't forget to go to bookofthemonth.com, pick your first book, and join. And for a limited time, you can get your first book for only $5 and get a free hat. Here's mine. So stinking cute. Anyways, with the code JACKET. I will have the link down below along with the code, so you don't forget. Thank you so much again to Book of the Month for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into the first book we're gonna be reading. Okay guys, so we're gonna be starting this vlog by reading One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. Now I have actually tried to read this previously. I had picked this up in January of 2024, so literally almost 2 years ago at this point, and I ended up deciding to soft DNF it at page, my page is still dog-eared, so at page 105. The reason for that was I was intrigued by the story, and I felt like this could be something that I could potentially really enjoy and really love, but I felt like it was the wrong time for me to be reading it. I just felt like at that point in time I just wasn't able to really fully get invested. I was having a hard time time like picturing things about this and just having a hard time connecting to it. And let me just say, I did end up starting this last night. I'm currently on page 45 and I am so glad I made that decision almost 2 years ago, again at this point, to softy and F it and wait until it was the right time, because I am already loving this 10 times more than I had been the previous time. I am visualizing what's happening a lot more. Like, actually, I am visualizing it, period. Like, that is a win, because I wasn't able to really visualize what I was reading the first time around. And I am just, yeah, I'm already really enjoying it. I made a note in my phone at page 13 that one thing that was really helping me visualize what's kind of going on in this is, I don't know if any of you have seen Naruto, but me and Makai are currently watching it. We're on Shippuden right now, and the way that we were describing kind of the nightmare and describing that he has yellow eyes, kind of like cats, it was really making me kind of make the connection of like, okay, now I'm visualizing it the way that we see the Nine Tails inside of Naruto. So that made it a lot more like fun to be able to be like, okay, maybe even if this isn't exactly what the author was thinking I would envision, me being able to envision it in any type of way and like correlate it to something else that I really enjoy has been really, really fun. Yeah, I'm so much more invested in this story, and I kind of expected to like not remember a lot of what I had read, but I actually literally have remembered basically none of this. So it's been really fun to jump back in and basically kind of be starting like fresh, even though I had read 100 pages of this, because I remembered literally basically none of it. I'm already feeling a little bit of a connection, like, and an attachment to our main character, Elspeth. I don't know. I'm not sure that I can properly pronounce her name, but I am already enjoying her character. I'm very intrigued to see more about this like universe and this society and just kind of see how this story plays out. So yeah, I'm very excited to continue it. Very happy that I softy and F'd it. So this is your sign. If you're ever reading a book and you feel like you could be loving it more than you are at the time, just put it down, softy and F it, and wait for the time to arise where you feel it's the right time to read it, because I kind of just felt like maybe it was the right time. I had put this on my August TBR. I wanted to read at least one of those books in this video, and I decided on this one, and wow, perfect timing. I feel like I am potentially going to literally love this so much. So, but that's the update. We're gonna do some reading, and I guess I'll update you when I have more thoughts and feelings or something very specific I need to tell you, or when we're just further into the book. So yeah. Okay, I was going into this book honestly unsure if there was any subplot of romance. Like, I honestly was like, I thought there might be, but I really wasn't sure. But I'm getting a vibe. I'm catching a vibe right now. I'm really catching a vibe, and boy, oh boy, am I loving the vibe. We're 110 pages in, so I'm officially 5 pages further than I got upon my first time trying to read this. And guys, I fear I'm eating it up. I fear I'm eating it up. Oh my god, I genuinely don't know the last time I was so utterly obsessed with the male main character and like the banter, because I am eating this up so bad. Like, he just said 2 sentences and I'm like dying, because literally all that happened is he cut a rose off of a bush, said, "Are you well?" She said yes, and he goes, "My family is seeing to your needs." And that was enough for me to just be like, oh my god, I can't. Like, I'm actually obsessed with him. Like, I am genuinely obsessed with him. Like, the obsession. Oh my god. Wow. I feel like this is giving a gothic fantasy, and I think I'm starting to realize that like gothic fantasies are like really my vibe, because Kingdom of the Wicked is my favorite series. It's my favorite series ever, my favorite books I've ever read, and those are gothic fantasies, and I think this is also kind of in that gothic vibe, and I'm eating it up. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm just like, I'm so obsessed with it. Okay. I think you guys get it. But also, we finally got chairs for the porch. We literally got these like not even a week ago, and I'm honestly kind of glad we waited till the end of summer because they were on sale for $13 each at Walmart, so slay. But now I get to sit on the porch, drink my coffee, read a book just in time for the fall. Are you kidding? Really living my best life out here, guys. Cheers. Okay, I need to, okay. I cannot. I literally have read like 2 more paragraphs and I'm already over here like, again, falling to my knees. Again, what the hell? Oh, I just am so happy that I still have this much left of this book to just get more of this. Oh my god, I can't. Oh my gosh. It's just been a while since I felt like so giddy like this over a book. Like at this point, like I'm on page 184. At this point, I'm genuinely starting to like potentially get 5-star feelings, but I also am 184 pages in, so that kind of makes me feel like maybe it isn't a 5-star because I'm just now getting those feelings. But we'll see how the book progresses. But I just like genuinely haven't been like so absolutely giddy and just smitten over a book and over like the characters in a book in a very long time. I'm trying to think what the last book that I was like this obsessed with was. Yeah, I don't even know, guys. I just really haven't been this giddy over a book and over a couple and over characters in so long. And you know that I'm like obsessed and I'm so giddy over it because I can't shut up. I'm literally talking your ear off. I need to stop. I'm sorry. You're joking. Oh my god. The way this man can just say one sentence. Full body chills. Full body chills. You're kidding. Oh my god. Wow, guys, do I have an update for you? So starting this book, I was really enjoying my time, okay? Within the first 150 pages, I'm enjoying my time. I am reading this, I am thoroughly enjoying it, I am like visualizing it, like I can actually see what I'm reading. But I went suddenly, like very, very suddenly, from feeling like this was going to potentially be a 4-star read to I am now getting 5-star feelings. Now, I am not done with this book yet. I am currently on page 253 at chapter 23. I'm about 65-ish% through this, I think. And I have got to tell you, I will be finishing this tonight. Like, there's no other choice. I am so utterly invested in this. It's not even funny. Wow. Like, that's literally all I know how to say is wow. I do not remember the last time I was so thoroughly obsessed with a MMC. Like, truly, I am so obsessed with him, and I genuinely don't think I've been this obsessed with an MMC since I read Kingdom of the Wicked and met my man Wrath. So that is saying something. That is really saying something, okay? Not that this is on the level of Kingdom of the Wicked, because it's not, but it's so good. The banter between the two of them, amazing. I'm obsessed with our 2 main characters. I'm obsessed with the plot. I'm obsessed with the whole backdrop and the vibes of this book. It's definitely more dark, more eerie, more gothic, and I am literally loving it. And I got to the point where I was reading and I was getting some suspicions of like, okay, I think that like we don't really know the truth about this thing, and I think it's this, and just coming up with lots of theories, suspicious about so many things. And I will say I was right about one thing, and normally when I'm right about something, it actually like annoys me because I'm like, damn, I hate being right. I wish that I wouldn't be right. Like, most of the time I want to feel so shocked by what it is, but since this is something that's still more towards the middle of the book and there's still so much more I don't know, and I'm sure there's gonna be a plot twist in here somewhere, the fact that I was right about that, I was so excited because I think it is like such a cool thing. I don't know. Also, I don't know how, okay, because I don't know how, but I was literally on page 223 and I put in my notes, how is it just hitting me that this is like has a fake dating trope to it? Like, how was it just now hitting me? And if you know me, you know that is like one of my favorite romance tropes ever. Actually, it is my favorite romance trope. Fake dating, Spring and Enemies to Lovers are probably tied for #1, and this is literally basically both, and it took me so long to realize that it's literally fake dating, and it's so good. It's so good. I actually could go on and on and on about how I'm feeling about this for so long, and the fact that I'm not finished with this book, that says a lot. Moral of the story, I'm so obsessed. I'm literally loving this so much, and I cannot wait to finish this tonight, because I will be finishing this tonight because I have no other choice. I need to finish this. I lied. Unintentionally, I lied. I really thought I was gonna finish this book the day that I told you, the last clip you saw, and then I legitimately got hit with a sickness out of absolutely nowhere and spent the last like 3 days just feeling horrible, just being really sick. So I did not finish the book that day. And yeah, something else to tell you is I have now finished the book, and I unfortunately got no footage of me finishing the book. Yeah, I'm sorry. I really wanted to, but here's what happened. Last night, Elijah woke up at like 2 in the morning, came into our room, so I got out of bed to go put him back to sleep in his bed. I come back into the room, and it's like 2:30. I'm laying there for probably like 30 minutes, and I just cannot fall asleep. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just pick up my book on my phone, like on the Kindle app, because I honestly wasn't sure where my Kindle was. I actually, it might be in my room, I'm not sure, but it was 2:30 in the morning. Well, at that point, probably like 3. So I'm like, I'm just gonna read a chapter or two, because typically reading puts me to sleep. Like typically I start reading when I'm tired, when it's in the middle of the night, and I am knocked out. Like I just cannot do it. It takes a very special book to get me to stay either up late before I go to bed or to keep me up in the middle of the night to read. So I in fact did not end up falling asleep after 1 or 2 chapters, and I did in fact end up finishing the book. So clearly this was the special book that truly does not happen to me very often, because when I am tired, your girl is tired, and most books cannot keep me awake. This one did that though. So now we have a lot to talk about, but if I could reenact for you guys my reaction to finishing this book, this is about what my face looked like for probably 5 straight minutes after finishing this book. And mind you, I'm reading on my phone on the Kindle app, and I wasn't expecting the last page to be the last page. So I'm like going back and forth, and I'm like, no, my Kindle, my phone is tweaking. There's pages that have to be missing. There's not. There's literally not. That was the end. It ends on a massive cliffhanger. I know this is a duology. The second one is Two Twisted Crowns. I do not own the physical copy, and I will be rectifying that within the next week and reading the next one. I'm not gonna read it next because there's already a different book that I want to read in this video, but I will be reading that as soon as I finish the next book. So anyways, let's talk about this book. I feel like I have so much to say, and yet I don't know what to say. And if this is long-winded, which I feel like it already kind of is, I'm sorry, but let me just start by saying that last night, it's 5 a.m. I finished this book, and I'm like, what do I rate this? And I was really hoping I was gonna feel like more clarity on that as I woke up, and I have, and I feel very confident in saying that this is a 5-star read. So this might be a little long-winded because it's a 5-star read. I need to really tell you guys about it. I feel like Rachel Gillig put not a single thing of unimportance in this book. I feel like sometimes we read books and we feel like these pages, these chapters, or this massive chunk of this book just felt unnecessary. It felt like it really wasn't doing much to progress the story, and that's how I felt reading Dark and Shallow Lies in my last reading vlog. But this book was the complete opposite. It felt like every single thing I was reading genuinely had some importance in the story. It had some form of either pushing the plot forward, giving us more information on things that we didn't know, or helping us to progress our characters' relationships with each other, or progress their personalities, let us see more about them and what their childhood has been like, why they are the way that they are. I literally feel like everything just felt so important in this book. Like I didn't read a single portion of this book and feel like, why are we doing this? Everything felt so important, and I feel like that is an amazing quality to have in a book. I also just feel like the way that she wrote this, really, at least for me personally, she was just pulling these emotions out of me. If our characters were feeling something, I was feeling it too. There's a lot of hopelessness and kind of despair and depression that we can kind of feel coming off the pages towards the end of this book, and I feel like I was right there with them, feeling it with them, just being so in shock that this happened happened because I did not see it coming. There were so many twists and turns that I did not see coming, but I was just feeling that with them. The romance in this book is genuinely, for me, going to go down in my book as one of my favorite romances that I have ever read about, especially in like a fantasy book. I am so excited to read the next one. I'm very nervous, but I'm just very excited to read the next one and see where the story continues, because the way this ends, it ends on such a huge cliffhanger. Again, the last sentence I didn't think was the last sentence. I thought there was more, and it was the last sentence. So this ends on a huge cliffhanger, and I am so glad that my January 2024 self decided to put this down so that my now self could have enjoyed this on the level that I just enjoyed this. This is why soft DNFing is sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself, and I will fully stand on like my ground on that. I know that I would not have enjoyed this book this much if I had read it then, because there is so many other books that I have read that have broadened my horizons, and I feel like if I would have read this before reading Kingdom of the Wicked and finding certain aspects of that book that I love, like how I was saying I clearly really love like a gothic fantasy, I don't think I would have loved this as much if I would have read that before. So yeah, I feel like this was definitely kind of giving like right time, right book for me. While there's just so much I could say about this and so much that I don't even know how to say about this, just know that I loved this on such an extreme level, obviously because I'm giving it 5 stars. I think this book is so good. I cannot recommend it enough. Like, I would say seriously be in the mood for a book like this if you're gonna go into it, or you might not enjoy it as much, but if you are in the mood for something like this, oh, it is so good. I cannot wait to read the next one. I will try to make sure that me reading the next one is in a future reading vlog so that you guys can see that, but it's not gonna be in this one. But yeah, we are giving this 5 stars. I already said that, but I feel like I just rambled on so much that I need to stop. It's so good, guys. Oh my god, like thinking about this book and how it ended and just about these characters that I have grown to love so much, I am like so sad and so scared for the next book. Wow, I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. Please read this. I'm going to shut up now and we are going to talk about the next book we're going to be reading in this video. And the book that we're going to be reading is Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. I am so excited to read this with you guys. I know at the beginning of this video I kind of went through all of the books that were on my radar for this video, but this is the one I have decided to read next because I am so excited to read something other than Caraval by her. I have only read the first in the Caraval series by her, but I'm really excited to kind of see if I just like that series and like the universe, or if I just love her writing in general. I'm also so excited to be reading this with you guys because this does not even come out until October. I don't know the exact date, but the fact that I'm going to be able to read this with you guys and share my thoughts, my feelings, get my reactions to things, and share this with you guys so you guys know if you want to read this when this comes out. I'm so excited. I have just been in a huge fantasy mood, obviously. The reason why we decided to do this video, because I've been in a very big fantasy mood, but this is going to be a very different type of fantasy than One Dark Window. I don't see this being gothic. This is going to be so different. I'm so excited to see what this is all about. I also believe this is her debut adult fantasy novel, so I'm very excited to see some little differences between like the way she writes in this and the way she writes in Caraval, given that Caraval is young adult and this is adult. But yeah, this is the next book we're going to be reading. I feel like I don't need to yap on about it more. We are going to start this book. I think I want to sit on the porch because it's a really nice and gloomy normally are not in the same sentence, but it's a little bit chilly outside. It's gloomy. It's supposed to storm later, but it's not storming yet. So I think I want to sit on the porch to read, start this book, set the vibe for a new fantasy world with a little bit of gloomy weather and a little bit of the start of fall weather. So let's go start Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. Well, I'm definitely intrigued.
What? Oh, sorry.
No, I can be talking to you too. I can also already tell just by this prologue that her writing is still very lyrical in this, and it feels very whimsical, very magical the way that she's speaking. So I have no idea what's about to happen in this book, but I am intrigued nonetheless.
I love you. I love you.
Okay, normally I would not come this early into reading a book to give a reading update. I'm currently only on page 62, chapter 8, but here's a few things to note that I'm currently thinking. First of all, for those of you that need to know this information, this is in third person. I do typically prefer first person, but it's actually not bothering me in this book. And just kind of the way that this book is very like mystery heavy, secrets heavy, I feel like it probably was very intentional for it to not be first person, but I'm not a writer, so what do I know? Other than that though, I feel like I'm not invested. I'm not like super obsessed with our main character at this point. I'm not super attached to her and attached to the plot, but I'm very intrigued. Like I'm super interested in what's going on. It's very captivating, the writing and just the way that the story is going. We're only on page 62 and I feel like a lot is happening. The story really just picked up. Like we're picking up pace, we're speeding up a little bit, things are happening. It's kind of like a lot all at once, but that's also how it feels for our main character, and if that makes sense. I feel like that doesn't make sense, but like if and when you read it, it will make sense. There's a lot going on in a very short period of time. Our main character is kind of being bombarded right now, and that is how it feels reading this, but not in a bad way. Like I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, like the pure like mystery of this book has me super intrigued. It's really got my attention. I'm very enthralled. I'm very much looking forward to continuing this book, seeing where this book goes, because I have absolutely no idea where this could go. I genuinely have no like suspicions or theories at this point. I'm just vibing. Like we are on chapter 8. I am just vibing. We are just having a great time. And the only other thing I have to say at this point, again, because we're only 62 pages in, is this is making me chuckle. Like there has been a handful of times throughout reading this so far where I have legitimately audibly laughed because something was just funny. I'm really enjoying the humor of this book, and like the writing and the humor of our main character is making me chuckle, and I'm enjoying it. So that's my quick little update for now. We're gonna read some more.
Sky is a vague blue, come my way. My room is a mess, it could use a hand. My favorite TV shows to capture in. I know I must get it right, must get back in the fight. This can't be a surprise. I think I let it slide.
I am so confused. Okay guys, it is time for a final update before actually finishing this book, because I am currently on page 226, chapter 36. We're about 70% through this book, and I plan on finishing this tonight and sharing my final thoughts and feelings with you guys after I finish it tonight, because I feel like this is gonna be a book that I'm gonna want to talk about immediately after finishing. But anyways, into my current thoughts and feelings, I want to touch on like the romance aspect of this, because this is kind of like a romantasy. Like there is a subplot of romance, and then I also kind of just want to touch on like the whole mystery magical aspect. So for the romance aspect, I am so honestly utterly confused as to who our love interest is. There's like two very obvious options, but I literally cannot tell which way this is going to go. I feel like I have a gut feeling of who I think it may be and who I feel like it should be, but I have no idea. I feel like I also might be wrong. Like I have this gut feeling, but then I also have a gut feeling I'm wrong, and that just doesn't make any sense. I feel like that's probably intentional though, because our main character is also very confused on how she feels about these people that she knows and that she's met, and really everyone in her life she's feeling very skeptical about. So I feel like it's intentional for me to not understand, but I don't understand. It's kind of hard to hold on to the romance when you just have absolutely no idea where it's going and like who the love interest is. But I'm still enjoying that there is a subplot and we're kind of getting little bits here and there from like each potential love interest, but I'm just genuinely, I'm lost. I'm really not tracking the whole romance aspect of this, and we are pretty close to being done. As for the whole mystery, magical, basically the plot, basically onto the plot. I feel like the more more I learn from this book and the more information we get, the literal more confused I am. Now, I do feel like that is probably very intentional, just from vaguely remembering my experience reading Caraval, because that was about a year ago that I read that. I remember feeling very confused and being like, I cannot put these pieces together when reading that book. So I feel like it's probably pretty intentional, but I am confused. The more I learn, the more confused I get. I genuinely have like no theories about what is going on. What is this puzzle going to look like when we get all the pieces in the right spot? I have no idea. I have no theories. Genuinely, the one time I started to be like, oh my god, I have this theory, like this is what I think about this situation, literally 2 paragraphs later, she tells us. So I feel like that just goes to show that I feel like the way that Stephanie Garber has written this book is that she is writing it in such a way that you are going to be confused. You're going to be constantly searching, constantly thinking, constantly on your toes until she wants you to know the information that she's telling you, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like we are meant to stay confused until she doesn't want us to be confused anymore. And I also feel like this book is giving me whiplash. Like, I feel a certain thing, we learn a certain thing, but then we learn the complete opposite. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting whiplash reading this and I'm not hating it. Like, I'm actually thoroughly enjoying it. This book is constantly keeping me guessing, keeping me on my toes, like I was saying earlier. I am really enjoying the journey that this book is taking me on, and I feel like based on how this book is going and how confused I am and how I literally have no theories about what's going on, and based on how Caraval went and how that book ends, I am so excited to see how this book ends, to read this reveal, to figure out what is the bigger picture, what is going on, and to get all that information, because I feel like it is going to be so unbelievably epic. I literally don't think I've ever said the word epic in my life. It's giving, I was feeling epic. Anyways, so yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying my time with this. I don't think this is going to be a 5-star read. I'm not getting those 5-star feelings, but I'm getting very strong 4-star vibes. Really enjoyable, super captivating, enthralling, short chapters, very fast pace. The pacing of this is so good. There is constantly something happening, something changing, and I really am enjoying the way that this is written. So that is my current update. We have literally just under 100 pages left of this bad boy. We are gonna finish it up. We're gonna get some reactions on video, and we are gonna see what the heck is, well, I'm gonna see what's going on. I'm not gonna tell you what's going on, but I'm gonna see what's going on, and then I'm gonna tell you guys all about my feelings and my rating. So let's get to finishing this book, shall we? Also, really quick side note before we start reading, literally comment down below if you can tell what color I'm currently hyperfixated on wearing. Okay, let's get reading. I got so cold, so I'm throwing on a crew neck, but I am a bit further into this book now, and I feel like something is really about to happen because we are currently on page 265. So we have literally like 60-ish pages left, and I don't know. I literally was like, okay, I need to stop. I need to pull out the camera because I don't know if what they think is about to happen and what they think they just found is like what it is. But like on the off chance, I feel like this would be a good part to start getting reactions. So we're going back in. I needed to get a crew neck anyways, but this is so crazy. Like, I don't understand how this is supposed to end in literally less than 60 pages. Like, I don't understand because it feels like there's still so much left to, yeah. Who is it? Oh my god. What is going on? I feel like I have been internally saying, and sometimes actually audibly saying, what is going on, like every 10 to 20 pages for this entire book. This is literally the wildest ride ever. What is going on? Literally, what is going on? Okay. Something just happened, and I literally like want this to be spoiler free, but I just have to say that something just happened, and I have a feeling that the way that it looks is not actually how it was, and that this person is actually trying to help her, even though it doesn't seem like it. But I don't know. I'm like so confused. I don't understand what is going on. Dog. What is going on? for those of you who are going to end up reading this and would really love to know what just made me react that way, page 280 and 281. What is going on? What the heck? Oh my god, I can just feel that I'm about to get a very big piece of information. What does he mean? What does he mean? The last sentence on page 293, for those who want to know. Wait, hold on. No, hold on. Hold the phone. Hold on. How is this supposed to end in 23 pages? I don't understand. So much is happening. What the heck is going on? Actually, I know a lot more about what's going on, but also like what is going on? Like what is gonna happen? How is this gonna end? I feel like I still have a couple questions and I doubt they're gonna be answered in this, but that's okay. I need to digest this for a few minutes and then we're gonna talk about it. Okay, let's talk. Normally I would wait till the next day, but I feel like my brain is running a million miles a minute and literally all I want to do is sit down and talk to you guys about this dang book. Obviously we finished it. You guys just saw my reactions, and let me start by saying that I still have so many questions upon finishing this book. There's so many things that go unanswered, and upon me going to Goodreads to mark this that I finished it and doing a little bit more looking into the page on Goodreads for this book. This is the first book in a series, so there is going to be another book after this, which makes a lot more sense why there are some loose ends and why we still don't have answers to certain things. I'm honestly very excited for the second book. I don't know when it will come out, but I'm very excited nonetheless. I thoroughly enjoyed my time with this. This may be one of the most unique stories I've ever read, I feel like. I genuinely have never read anything like this. This is definitely a book where literally every single page, like I was saying earlier, I was confused. We're just getting pulled deeper and deeper into this like rabbit hole of magic and secrets and all these different things that it just gets really like cloudy. Like it really clouds your vision and you're like, okay, I'm getting so much information. I don't know how to put it together. But again, I feel like this is intentional because that's how our main character Holland is feeling. She is also confused. She's trying to figure this out because she doesn't want to die. So she's trying to find this heart so that she can live. And she's getting all this information thrown at her. She has all these different people that she's finding out new things about or meeting, and she doesn't know who to trust. She doesn't understand what is going on. And there's another aspect of something that kind of happens like to her throughout this book that you're like, what is going on? Like, why is this happening? And the reveal of why that was happening and like really what is truly going on and like the bigger picture, like wow, I really genuinely was not expecting it at all. This book completely shocked me. This was so much fun. It was so magical, but I will say this didn't feel magical in the way that like Caraval felt very magical and whimsical to me in such a cozy way. Obviously there's like a lot of things going on in Caraval, not all of them are good. Same goes for this one, but this one felt magical but more thrilling, not like scary thrilling, but like I don't even really fully know how to describe it, so I feel like this might not make sense, but I hope I'm getting my point across enough for you guys to understand what I'm saying. But yeah, I feel like my brain is still reeling from this. This was so fun. I thoroughly enjoyed my time with this. I also flew through this. I literally started this 2 days ago, so it hasn't even been been 3 full days and I have finished this whole book, and that might not seem like anything crazy to some of you, but I haven't finished a book that quickly in a while because I'm just busy. I'm a mom, I'm pregnant, and I have other things that I have to do than read, and I have flown through this because I simply needed to know what was going on. It's super fast paced and it's just very enthralling. Like, I feel like most people would pick this up and potentially become very captivated by it. Now, obviously, that's not gonna be everyone, but I feel like a lot of people potentially would. I don't know. There is truly so much I could say about this. I could go on for so long, but I'm gonna try to like bring this to a close. But I loved the writing of this. I think that Stephanie Garber has such a very unique and special way of writing stories that are magical and they have mystery to them and they're just so fun. You don't see what's coming. I think she's just an incredible writer, and I think honestly I will read anything she reads. I'm very excited to continue the Caraval trilogy. I already was, but now reading this and like reading her writing again, I'm very excited to continue that trilogy because I love her writing. I think it's so fun, so beautiful, and I am so happy that I got this, that I read this, and I am giving this a 4 stars. Not 5 stars, didn't give me 5-star feelings, but this was an incredible story and I would definitely highly recommend. Really enjoyed. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I feel like I could go on and on forever when I review really any book, so we're gonna leave it at that. You guys will have to let me know down below if you guys plan on reading either of these books that I read in this video. And yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not already, because we have a lot of fun over here and we want you to join the fun. And with that being said, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. The first book that we're going to be reading in this book. What? No? What? Huh? Is it better than I want more? Did in fact finishing. Whoa.
You're missing something. Do you see?
Yeah, I know. I put it there, honey. It's okay. Window. Whoa. When did you get high? Literally gagged. That was choking, but whatever. Why was that book so good? Whoa. Was born to grow. Why was that book so good? Whoa. And ew. Finish with the Kindle app. Whoa. My chair is slowly sliding down. Gross. Whoa. Redo. Video. Whoa. Okay, bye.